Today, we're going to talk about dark comedies. In particular, The Lobster, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, and analyze why it's so weird, and dark, and funny.
Now, the fact that you'll turn into an animal if you fail to fall in love with someone during your stay here is not something that should upset you or get you down.
I'm Danny from Studio Binder. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. That's a lie. But I'm going to cover a few things like tone, casting, and cinematography. First, we're going to take a look at tone. Director Yorgos Lanthimos is a master of establishing the tone of a film. The opening scene sets the entire tone of the film without even a word spoken. This movie's already making me uncomfortable, and I like it. Let's take a look at this scene. A woman has just attempted to jump to her death. Unfortunately for her, she only injured herself. Our protagonist, David, is attempting to win over a woman who is literally named on IMDb as Heartless Woman.
What happened?
She jumped from the window of room 180. There's blood and biscuits everywhere.
I hope she dies right away.
David pretends like he doesn't care about the crying woman.
I hope she suffers quite a bit before she dies. I just hope her pathetic screams can't be heard from my room.
He is trying to impress her by saying awful things about the crying woman. It's mean, it's inhuman, yet it's quirky.
I was playing golf and I'm quite tired. The last thing I need is some woman dying slowly and loudly.
I can't hear you with all the screaming. We'll talk some other time when it's quieter.
All the while, the viewer and David can hear the woman crying, which is weird, dark, and at least to me, funny. Now let's talk about casting. To execute this tone, Yorgos needed actors who could pull off emotionless, deadpan expressions and yet still be funny. Since reinventing his career in the film In Bruges, Colin Farrell has shown that not only is he a skilled actor, but also a funny one.
You got 5 grams of coke? I got 4 grams on me and 1 gram in me, which is why my heart is going like the clappers as if I'm about to have a heart attack. So if I collapse any minute now, please remember to tell the doctors that it might have something to do with the coke.
And who is funnier than John C. Reilly? His facial expressions, his voice. It helps that he has a lisp in this role.
Why don't you become parrots too? And then we'll all be together.
You're a complete idiot.
But he is inherently funny and a really strong actor.
I'm sorry, please! Please, I'm sorry!
Another character in the movie is the location. Much like the characters in the film, the location is emotionless. It's drab, damp, and bare. Not a place you want to go on vacation. You know, like Florida. Next is cinematography. And we have a lot of wide shots with wide lenses. And this is to help to show how gray and empty this place is, and how alone and sad the characters are. In this scene, we start off in a medium to show how disturbed David is at what he is witnessing, but then swiftly switching to indifference. The remainder of the scene is kept in a wide to show several things. First, just how cloudy, damp, and generally awful this resort is. It appears to be surrounded by water, which itself is surrounded by mountains. It feels claustrophobic. How will these people get out of this place? They're trapped. Also, by keeping it in the wide, we see how there's only a few people here. This is a big place, but the characters and the viewer feel isolated and alone. Lastly, by keeping it in this wide shot, we get to know more about all the characters inhabiting the resort. Though the two sets of couples are somewhat concerned about the commotion, they don't do anything about it. They stay in their own bubble and focus on the task at hand, which is, you know, to avoid being turned into an animal.
Goodbye.
So let's recap. If you want to venture into dark comedy, let's remember what might help. Tone. If you want to create something funny, morbid, and possibly a little tragic, you need to make sure your tone is consistent and matches your intentions.
The last thing I want right now is a kiss from a silly little girl.
Oh.
Casting. Make sure you cast actors and locations that can portray your specific vision.
Help!
Cinematography. Frame a scene where you can showcase the first two ideas clearly and effectively. You can create visual jokes with lighting and shadows. What are some of your favorite examples of dark comedy?
Wait.
How did tone, casting, and cinematography elevate the script? Tell us in the comments down below. Check the description below to sign up for Studio Binder. When tackling dark comedy, you're going to want to utilize a script breakdown and shot list. It's free, so why not? Make sure you subscribe, click the bell icon for notifications, and follow us on our Instagram page.
Now, have you thought of what animal you'd like to be if you end up alone?
Yes, a lobster.
I think I would choose to be a badger. Nobody suspects the badger.